Off studio.
Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to a video that I decided to do for my channel. This is kind of going off of the script that I usually do for this. Oh, hold on.
Sketchbook. Your world. Yes, one. Main exit.
Sorry about that.
Off studio.
This is going to be slightly deviate from what I do on this channel usually. Usually this channel is I play audio games and do audio game walkthroughs, but today I decided that I was going to do a slightly different video on talking about a mainstream game and accessibility mods. For those who aren't aware, there's been many accessibility mods made for mainstream games that third-party developers have made rather than the mainstream companies themselves. And I'm here to talk about my opinions about those mods and about the companies in question that make these mainstream games not implementing accessibility like they should be. Now, with me, I have a guest that agreed to be part of this video because he has some things to say on this matter too. His name's Blind Gamer.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Blind Gamer. I don't think frequent watchers of this channel. Oh my god, I apologize about the background. This dog does not know how to shut up. I digress. Regardless, people who are familiar to this channel know that I've never been on it before, but the channel owner has been so kind to invite me on because I feel like we share the same opinion, and I just want to get on here and let people know how I personally feel about these mods and how they affect gaming for blind people and like as a whole. So yeah, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I think that's...
Now you're stuck with me.
We can't get rid of you.
How unfortunate. Alright, continue.
Yeah, so that's what we're here to talk about, and so I think Blind Gamer, if you want to go first and talk about some of your opinions on this matter, because yeah,
I'd be delighted to. So basically, just to put it out,
Channel message from the Zodiac Killer. Mayo, are you serious?
what's wrong?
oh my god, I got a phone call. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Okay, so real quick, for some of you who are not aware, the game Hearthstone has there's been a mod, a way for blind people to play it, and it's like an accessibility mod that offers accessibility for the game so blind people can play it. Now, personally, the guy who made the mod did a lot of work for it. He put in a lot of effort, and he put in a lot of work. But that's not why I refuse to play the game. Here's why. Because I think, I've made this point before, I think that it should not be an outside source which provides accessibility for the blind for a game. It should be the company which makes said game. Now, I want to talk about Blizzard real quick. Blizzard has been around for a while. They're a game company. They've made games like Call of Duty, which is pretty fun to play if you have sighted assistance and somebody telling you where to shoot. Yeah, that's pretty fun. But here's my problem with them. They don't seem to care about accessibility. They've never made a game even slightly accessible. Call of Duty is completely visually based. There's no accessibility. There's no audio. There's not even stereo. There's no freaking stereo. So that you don't even Fortnite has that. Fortnite has that. And Call of Duty doesn't. That's ridiculous. And second of all, Hearthstone was released in 2013. Okay, now I would understand if it was released a year ago, 2 years ago. I would understand that. But 2013? That's going on 9 years. This game is 9 years old, and it just now hit the blind market because of a guy that was like, you know what? I think blind people deserve to play this. He's absolutely right. But why does he have to step in to say that? Shouldn't a company care about their audience to the point where they're like, okay, maybe blind people do play games, and we need to add accessibility to this. Personally, I'm not asking for native accessibility overnight. I'm not asking for that. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not going to play it until they add native accessibility and everything's completely 100% accessible. No, that takes time, that takes effort, and that takes money. That takes a lot of cash. Granted, Blizzard has it. That's not the point. That takes money, time, and effort. I'm just asking for proof that Blizzard cares. And right now, I've received 0. Oh my god. I've received no proof that Blizzard has cared about accessibility. I've received no proof that Blizzard even acknowledges us as a community of gamers. And until I receive any proof of the following, I will not, or rather the above, I will not be supporting Blizzard. I will not be playing the game, and I will most definitely not be dropping cash on somebody who I know, who I have seen, does not care. When they do show proof, I'll be happy to play the game. Because Hearthstone is a great game. I've never not admitted that. Hearthstone is a great game. It sounds incredibly fun. Granted, there are some issues with it, but, you know, those can be worked. But if you show proof, then I will be happy to play the game. But until then, I'm sorry, Blizzard, but no. Man up and just admit what you were doing and fix it. Alright, I'm gonna let Bryant continue this segment. But that's basically what I have to say on the thing about Hearthstone. So, yeah, you can go on.
Yeah, I think you said a lot of what I wanted to say, and I want to put this out here because, okay, I'm not denying that the developer of this mod has he's put a lot of work into this mod, as Blind Gamer just said. He's put a lot of work into this mod and put a lot of time and effort into it, and that's not that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to criticize the mod developer or the amount of work he's done, although in my opinion it shouldn't have taken a mod to be able to have these features. But I think this should have been something that Blizzard should have done. And if I were let's just assume for a minute that I was a mainstream game developer, and I was releasing a game that was at first inaccessible to blind people. Wouldn't you think that I would want as many people to play my game as possible, including those who are blind? Now, in order to get more of an audience, maybe those who are blind, I would want to put as much effort into into making the game accessible as I could. If I wanted to expand my audience even further, even beyond sighted people, I would want to take the time to at least make an effort to put accessibility into my game. Now, I want to say too, there's a Discord for Hearthstone, which I'm not on because number one, I don't play Hearthstone, and number two, I have Discord, but I don't really use it. And the game, there was a developer that joined the Hearthstone Discord group, and I think I'll let Blind Gamer tell about this because he knows a little bit more about it than I do.
Yes. So, Spider Maniac. If you guys don't know who Spider Maniac is, he's an administrator on Sketchbook. We're rocking one at that. Shout out to Spider Maniac. He holding weight. Okay. So Spider Maniac told me that a Hearthstone developer joined the Access Discord group. Now, Spider said it perfectly. He said it doesn't mean that we're going to get native accessibility tomorrow. And that's not what I'm asking for. Like, if I get a build or just an update showing that Hearthstone developers actually care and they want to do something, that they, personally, I think that it should have taken them sooner. But hey, like, if you just realize, okay, there's a mod here, and you're like, okay, I want to work with it, I'll accept it, because that means you actually care about your blind audience, and you want blind people to play your game with the best gaming experience that you personally can offer. So I've said this to Bryant, I've said this to my friends who I've been talking to. If I get a build or an update from a developer that shows that, hey, I actually care, and I actually want to do something to help you guys play the game without having to use mouse and OCR and sighted assistance, I'll be glad to play the game, because that means we're getting somewhere. As long as this state continues, I'm not playing it, because I see no proof that Blizzard cares, or the developers care. But if they show me proof that they care, I'll be happy to play the game.
Yeah, and
so,
we're not asking for major accessibility to happen overnight. I'm not expecting to go to sleep, wake up the next morning, and receive a huge major update with all these accessibility features added in. No, I'm expecting something, even if it's a small update that they're starting to implement accessibility in. I'm not asking for drastic things to happen overnight. And some people think that what we're asking for is unreasonable, but I don't see it as unreasonable, because this is something, it's something that we should have. And if people think that we have the entitlement attitude, I don't know, like, I don't know how this is being entitled, because I don't see any way that this is being entitled, because we should be able to enjoy the same things that our sighted peers do without the intervention of a third party. Now, okay, I debated whether I want to talk about this or not, because this is gonna get rather controversial, but I feel like I need to say this. If this were my mod, and if this were my project, what I would personally do is I would say this has been going on long enough. I have spent a lot of time developing this mod, releasing updates to it, and obviously Blizzard doesn't. They haven't shown any signs that they care yet, and so from now on, I'm gonna pull this mod offline and not release any more updates to it until I'm not going to release any more updates to it, because Blizzard hasn't shown that they care about accessibility, and it should be their job, not mine. That's what I would do, and to be honest, that's what I would love to see happen. Now, some people aren't going to like this, and maybe this was a bit too controversial, but I feel like it needed to be said, and I had this conversation. You and I had this conversation yesterday.
Yes, we did. And I said that if that were to happen, what would it do is, obviously I'm not saying... Now, here's what we're not saying with this statement. Before people are like, oh my god, how do you say that? We're not saying, okay, blind people shouldn't be able to enjoy the mod. That's not what we're saying. We're like, people who play it despite the mod, like I know plenty of people who play it. That's fine. You have a right to play that. I'm saying that from a perspective of, it will knock some serious sense into the company, because now they're losing money.
Mm-hmm.
If they care, then I would, keep it going. Maybe even work with them to get accessibility, throughout Hearthstone. You'll get tons of new players, including myself and Bryant. We'll be happy to play the game. But until then, if the mod were to ever be taken down, it would knock some sense into the corporation, because now they're losing money, because now blind people can't play their game, which is, to be honest, they've known about the mod for a while now. They haven't really done anything, which kind of solidifies Brian's point here on that. So, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm not telling people you can't play Hearthstone. I'm not saying you can't enjoy Hearthstone with this mod. I'm not going to tell people you can or can't play Hearthstone. If you want to play it with this mod, then that's fine. Go right ahead. But as Blind Gamer said, taking this mod offline would really, I think, knock some sense into this company, because now they're losing profit off of these people that were previously playing their game, and now they can't play it because there's not a mod to play it with, and so Blizzard's gonna lose profit that they otherwise would have gotten, and so now with this happening, Blizzard will say, okay, maybe we should think about putting accessibility into our game so that we can get all these people back. And I feel like I had I had one of my friends. They said that a mod is like a it's a Band-Aid, and I think that's an accurate comparison. What do you think about that?
I think that is a great analogy because basically, I think, now, before I say this, there have been many people that have been moving for the accessibility and, like, on the behalf of the people within the, you know, who are blind, who play games, who, for, as far as mainstream games go. That whole thing hasn't really been, like, there hasn't been much mainstream accessibility that I've seen. Sure, there are some companies that actually do care about accessibility, and I'm not asking that every game be accessible from the gate. I'm just asking for something that shows me you care and want to work and put an effort for your blind audience. And there are companies that, yes, do that, and those companies are great, but there are companies who don't, and the mod is just a Band-Aid that you're just putting over the permanent wound of companies and mainstream accessibility. Now, I understand some things. One, mainstream accessibility is going to take money, which is fine. It is. You're absolutely right. But if you're making money, you can't use it for the benefit of your audience. I also can hear people saying, well, the profit they're going to lose isn't much because people are still going to play the game. Yeah, you're right. But I would personally rather say, okay, I'm still losing money that I could have gained. Even though I'm still going to get money, but I want these other people to actually pay for the game and actually like what they're paying for, even if they can't see to play my game. Like, so I feel like it just temporarily fixes the issue. And another thing I wanted to touch on, that I think Bryant may have wanted to touch on too, is that with these mods, you're not solving the problem. Like I said, you're just putting a Band-Aid on it. But what you're doing is, you're telling companies, oh, well, there's already a mod for this, so why would I even bother having accessibility in my games if people are already doing it for me? But that's the issue. You are the game creator. It is your responsibility to ensure that people who play your game like it, enjoy it, and that they... Sure, you need to eat too, but still. I mean, I understand, yeah, you need to eat too, you're a company. But, like, if you're that big of a company... Like, okay, I can understand if Blizzard was a super small company that came out a few years ago with a game, and there was their first release. This is a game that, you know, they've been gearing up to launch forever, you know, budgeting and voice acting, graphics, editors, all that's not cheap. So I can understand Blizzard's refusal to, or rather, like, they want to, but they can't because of the money.
And small companies, I'm willing to cut a little bit more slack.
Yes. But Blizzard is a huge company with multiple huge games under their belt, and that's cash. That's straight, cold, hard cash they got. Now, I know I'm probably overestimating it to some degree, but it's still a lot of money. And with that, they can't take some of it and, you know, have people of their blind audience, you know, playing the game and actually enjoying it. That's the job of the game creator, obviously. But you're the game creator. Why do you need to rely on somebody else to get your audience to like your creation, and you're not even the reason why they're enjoying it? That's ridiculous. Like, I just have to put that out there. You're not the reason why your audience is enjoying your game. A guy who was like, you know what, blind people deserve to play this. He's correct. Shout out to the guy who made the mod, because I I can't believe the amount of time, the amount of effort you had to sit there on a computer just coding and making this mod for blind people to play. I'm not saying you should take it offline either. I'm just saying that we want something to happen where the company would actually realize, maybe this is it. Maybe the company is realizing now, hey, we have a blind audience. Maybe we should do something about it. And in that case, that's fine. Just show me that you actually care and that you actually want to work and do something for your audience. And I'll be part of it. I'll be playing your game, and I'm pretty sure I'll be having tons of fun too, because it's a great game. But until you show me that you care and are willing to actually put in work to make your blind audience enjoy your project, I will not be touching it. I will not be supporting you as a company. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
No, I won't either until Blizzard or any other company for that matter shows me that they care about accessibility and that they actually acknowledge that there's blind people that play and that enjoy their game. And as Blind Gamer said, blind people deserve to play this game, and I hope that these mods aren't going to become a solution. I feel like mods are the solution to everything. They're the long-term solution to everything, and I hope that they aren't setting lower standards for these mainstream companies to say, okay, well, there's this mod out there, so why even bother incorporating accessibility into our products when the work's already done for us? That's exactly my issue. The work isn't done. The work isn't done by them. It's done for them. And I take issue with that.
That's a great way to put it. I'm just gonna say that. That's a great way to put it.
Mm-hmm. And yeah.
Seth Gamer on iPhone SE left channel root. Seth Gamer on iPhone SE
So
was logged out.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything else you wanted to point out?
Yeah, real quick. Just a previous point that I was just gonna elaborate for people who are gonna jump on us like, oh my god, how do you do this? One of the main reasons I don't play Hearthstone is obviously because of the Blizzard thing, but one of the main reasons I'm not cutting them any slack is because as I said it before, Hearthstone is almost 9 years old. It's not like Hearthstone came out like last year, a few months ago, and there's already a mod for it, and Blizzard is just like, oh, okay, we're making money, it's alright. It's not a new game. If it was a new release, then I would be fine, because, okay, it's a new release, I don't mind that. But 9 years? 9. If the guy had not sat there and said, you know what, I'm gonna create this mod. If he was like, you know what, I'm not going to create this mod. I'm going to go order some pizza instead of sitting on my computer creating a mod. If he did that, there would be no such thing as Hearthstone in the blind market of games. We would not even know that it had existed. I didn't even know Hearthstone was a thing until the mod came out. So if the mod never came out, Hearthstone would have never been an accessible option. But because of someone who is not the corporation decided to do the mod, it's accessible now, 9 years after release. I'm not saying he should have done it sooner, which is fine. He did it whenever he wanted to do it. There's a lot can happen in 9 years.
But he didn't need to do it, and he shouldn't have done it at all. And not that he didn't need to do it, and it shouldn't have been his responsibility at all. That's exactly our point.
Yeah, that it shouldn't have been his responsibility to make it accessible. And even there are some things that he can't make accessible. That you still need mouse
You
or
still have to use OCR
do.
for some stuff, yeah.
You do. I just very recently saw that you have to do like some duels and stuff by using mouse and OCR.
And I'm sure a lot of people
Yeah.
know that from OCR experience, it's not OCR is not great sometimes.
Yeah. It's not. It can be misleading.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Hearthstone is old. It's very old, and I would cut them a bit of slack if it was new. But like 9 years, I mean, come on, like I can't do that. It's 9 years old, and you know you've left it alone for 9 years, and now is when it's grabbing your attention. I mean, yeah, I get it that the mod was made, but if it was never made, your blind audience would have never been exposed to your project, and you would have never made that money that you're making now because of the mod.
No.
So in honesty, you owe the guy who made the mod a check. Like, this is controversial here, but like, you owe him a check. Because he's the reason that your blind audience is enjoying your project. You owe him a check. Not legally, of course, but I'm just saying. In my personal opinion, if I was that mod guy, I'd be like, excuse me, what a check. Because I'm the reason why your audience is enjoying your project. If you would have never even blinked in the blind audience's direction had he not stepped up. And that's a fact. So you owe him a check.
Yep. Exactly, and again, I'm not trying to criticize the guy that made this mod at all, because he put a lot of work and time and effort into it, but it shouldn't have needed to be him. And so yeah, that's the long and short of it. It's we want these companies to at least put some effort into accessibility, and to show us that they care, and that they at least acknowledge it, not by drastic overnight updates to put huge accessibility into their project to where one day it's not playable, and then the very next day it's completely playable, like 100% playable. I'm not expecting that, and to have expectations like that it's unrealistic, because these things.
Yeah, that is the definition of entitlement. To have something like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep, Hearthstone is not playable, and oh yeah, I get to play it 100% tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, that's truly entitled, because now you're asking for something that is completely ridiculous, and I'd say it's pure childish to put so much pressure on that one company to do that. Like, if I went to Blizzard and I was like, you better give me native accessibility by tomorrow. That's ridiculous, and that's childish to put so much pressure on one company. Like, although we've said a lot of things about Blizzard, they're still a company, and they're human. That's ridiculous.
In fact, like, having an attitude like that is going to maybe make them say, okay, well, you're so entitled that we don't want to do this for you at all, because if you're going to have expectations like that, then
I would do the same thing if I was them. I'd be like, why would we do that now? Because you're so entitled. How about we not do that? Well, that's not what we want. I just want some small proof that they're willing to put in work. If you just give me that small flicker of light, I'll follow, and I'll be happy to support the game and play it. along with Brian here. And that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for just complete accessibility by tomorrow. We're just looking for a beacon that shows us that you actually want to work and you actually want to give us accessibility, and you actually want to do it. Like, you want to step and be like, you know what, it was our job to do it, but now we're gonna do it. That's fine, and I'll respect that, and I'll play your game. But until then, like I said before many times, I'm gonna have to stay away from HS. I may be missing out on a great game, but I'm holding to my beliefs, and if they care, I won't be missing out on it for much long. So,
the other thing I want to say, I accept when people say, "Well, Hearthstone is a fun game, and you're missing out on everything." To me, it's more. There's more than just this is a fun game. That's not all that I care about. I have to care about accessibility. I have to care about customer. The three main things I care about when it comes to a game and supporting companies like this. Number one, how enjoyable the game's going to be. Now, this is probably my smallest thing I care about. Number two, your commitment to accessibility if you are a mainstream company. Number three, your customer service. How well do you treat your customers?
Mr. Baker, go.
You can say that because you and I agree on that.
Yeah.
So,
but that's a whole other topic.
Yeah. But yeah. So those are the three things that I care about. But all three of them have to be present in order for me to say I'm gonna support you and get your game. All three of them have to be present in some fashion. Otherwise, I'm not gonna support it. Now, the fun aspect, this game is fun and enjoyable, is present, and I'm not going to deny that. But I have to look for other things when I make game purchase decisions, when I make support decisions, things like that.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, for me, it's not just this game is fun or this game has a great storyline, a lot of fun things to do. It has to be more than that for me, to consider.
Yes, it has to be more than, oh, this game is fun. Now, granted, if your game's 100% playable, and it's like Fartman, I am not gonna play that. I don't care how playable it is. But, like, in the sense of, okay, it's a fun game, but it's like, the company shows me that they don't care. I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think I've covered about everything. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say.
Well, we've talked about almost everything. Well, I mean, we did. I just want to mention that, like what Brian said, there have been actually been other mods to other games. I don't know. I'm not gonna say games by name because I don't know. Like, there's a lot of factors that play into whether a mod is going to throw off my wanting to play the game. Because if the game is like new and if the company's like a small company, like I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, give me accessibility now. No,
Yeah.
I'll play the game. I'll check it out.
I know a couple. I know a couple of mods. There's like there's one for The Sims. I'm not sure which Sims
Oh my
game it
god,
is, but
that is old.
yeah.
That's old. And it's uninteresting. I don't know. Maybe it is. It's not. But that's old.
Yeah.
If we're talking about The Sims 4, that's like, oh my god.
I believe
that's
it is.
old.
I believe it is The Sims 4. Yeah.
Let me fact check that actually. Hold on, real quick. When was The Sims 4 released? What the? Oh. $2014.
So the same time as Hearthstone, roughly.
Yeah, it was it was later than Hearthstone, but yeah.
Yeah. And then we have one for a game. I don't know how old this game is, but it's a game called Hades.
Hades.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. That's actually very recent. That came out 2020.
Okay, and that's fine.
That's actually pretty recent.
I'm not gonna in that game's sake. I'm not gonna expect anything like right away because that game is it's pretty recent. And the other thing too, where that game's concerned, it was released around the time that depending on when in 2020, it was released around the time that
September.
Yeah, it was released during a time when everyone was going through really hard times with COVID and stuff like that, and I respect that these companies had to. These companies probably weren't. They were probably going through stuff themselves, especially. I know that's why a lot of audio games like didn't meet their exact release dates, or they had their voice acting wasn't. If they were released around that time, their voice acting wasn't as good as it could have been because they had to do a lot of recording in a studio, and they couldn't exactly do that because of the COVID stuff.
Yeah.
So, but that game being as recent as it is, I'm not going to expect something right away. Now, maybe like a few years from now, if nothing has happened, I would be like, yeah. Well,
I'd be like, okay, no.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that's about everything. Now, to end this video, I want to say, if you want to leave your comments, I don't have a very big subscriber base right now, but there is always a chance that someone that isn't subscribed to this channel will run across this video. So if you do want to leave your comments, you can do that. I would ask that they remain constructive, and
yeah,
that they don't they don't go into the territory of trying to start drama or criticizing either one of us for the opinions that we have.
Yeah, like if your comment is constructive and you actually like wanna, you know, tell us something, or if we were wrong about something like that we said to be fact, go ahead. Like, we'll engage in, you know, talking through comments, because we don't freak out when constructive criticism meets our ears. In fact, we want to know what other people think of this. But if you're getting to the territory of, like, being disrespectful or trying to start stuff or, like, not respecting our opinions on things, then, yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that. So,
yeah.
Yeah, but if you want to leave a comment, you could go ahead and do that.
Because maybe we're wrong or misinformed about something, and if we are, then by all means, go ahead and tell us, because I want to hear about it. So
I do too.
But in the meantime, I think unless you have anything else to say, I think we can end this video.
I do. I have to say that Fartman is actually a real game. You can look it up.
Yeah.
I'm not actually kidding. It's a real game.
Yeah, it is.
You want to know how I know?
That's BPC Programs made, who also makes Treasure Hunt.
Fartman.
I actually.
Wait, that's an audio game?
Yeah.
I thought it was a mainstream game. Oh my god. I thought that was a mainstream game. Oh my god, that's an audio game.
Maybe there is one that's a mainstream game, but it is an audio game as well. It was made by the people that made Treasure Hunt, 3D Velocity, games like that.
That publisher. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I know that that's a real game is because somebody said on one of Liam's streams that they would watch Liam play Fartman for 11 hours, and I thought it was an actual mainstream game. But I have nothing else to say in regards to this, so I think I'm just gonna let Brian end the video. It's been a great video. We got a lot out to the public on our stance on things.
A lot of what I think needed to be said and talked about, because I wanted to come out here and do this, because this really hasn't been covered in this capacity before, and I think it needed to be. So and
I agree.
I want to thank Blind Gamer for being here and talking about this with me.
It was my pleasure. I want to thank you for inviting me on the channel, because you know that we share the same opinion a lot. We've had a lot of conversations on Team Talk at like 4 o'clock in the morning, on this precise server. But
for those of you who think we're crazy, we stay up until.
You're not exactly incorrect.
You're not exactly wrong. No, because he's 2 hours ahead of me, and we stay up in the wee hours of the morning.
Yep, just talking about stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I want to thank Bryant for allowing me to share my personal stance on these things in public nature, because he knows that we share the same opinion on a lot of these things that have just been stated. So I want to thank you for inviting me onto the channel, and it was a great pleasure of mine to do this video with you.
It was, and
stop recording checkbox.
We will probably be back, maybe both of us in the future. Maybe we can
stop recording checkbox.
Maybe we can do some gameplay recordings together. In the
I
future.
wouldn't mind that.
Stop recording checkbox chat.
And until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Look for my next upload of I'm finishing my well, I shouldn't say finishing because it's not anywhere close to being finished, but I'm gonna continue my BK3 walkthrough. I'm on I have to record stage 4.
I have a save with like all the weapons. I got it from someone.
I do too.
You want it like for experimental purposes?
Oh,
you have it?
I have a save with all the weapons. Yeah, pretty much all the weapons. Because that was actually my save. That I that's my personal save and the personal work I've done.
Oh wow!
Because I got all the weapons that are available, and whether through crafting or gotten from other means. In fact, I thought I gave
when
you
you go to the weapon guy. Oh, I think you did, but I got it from someone else. Oh, sorry to interrupt, but I was just gonna say that I think when you go to the weapon guy, and you have all the weapons, he's like, "Oh my god, no one can have all the weapons but me. That's it. You have to die or something like that."
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, look for my BK3 Stage 4 recording soon. I did record it earlier, but I had some technical issues, so I have to record it again.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
So yeah, you guys look for that, and that'll probably be one of the next videos that I do. And until then, I will talk to everyone later. So,
yep.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.